A long time ago, there was a Saiyan who landed on this planet. This Saiyan was only a baby, but the planet he landed on was filled with people who look just like Beerus. Today, there is a story that takes place many millions of years ago, and it is set on Beerus' homeworld. I have been waiting for a story like this, and thank God to Dragon Ball Black, because without him, I would have never have seen this ever. So today, I guess we're going to be looking at Beerus' dad. The Beerus family tree only has 2 people in it at the moment, and that's Beerus and his brother Champa. But where did they come from? Did he have a mother? Did he have a father? In this story, yes. Now, the main focus of this story isn't actually on Beerus, but it's more to do with this baby Saiyan that got sent to Beerus' homeworld. This Saiyan's name is Timer. When he first lands on this planet, he is found in the middle of the desert. So they have the Pharaoh who acts as their king, and when he sees this Saiyan baby, he wants him killed. However, they're not able to kill him, and the Pharaoh changes his mind. If you're able to keep this Saiyan in line with the rules that we have in place on our planet, then he can live. So pretty much from millions and millions of years ago, there is an ancient Saiyan being raised amongst Beerus' people, which could give more reason to why Beerus had a direct premonition of a Saiyan opposed to any other race like a Namekian or even Frieza. Eventually, this Saiyan grows up to gain the respect of the Pharaoh and becomes pretty powerful as a Saiyan. However, this planet is coming up on its 7 days of darkness, which pretty much means the way this planet cycles the sun, it doesn't experience nighttime very much, but when it does, it's nighttime for 7 days straight. So being a Saiyan, inevitably it's nighttime, there's a full moon, the Saiyan transforms into an Ozaru, and as he's rampaging, he gets knocked out by someone who we don't even get to see, and the next thing he knows, he wakes up in a prison. This is where it gets cool. Now, normally you could say, what's a jail cell to a Saiyan? A Saiyan could just break out of it, but whoever designed this cell put a clamp on the end of his tail, so this Saiyan isn't moving anywhere. This is where he meets his 2 inmates. Now, one of these guys is very significant. His name is Brood, and he is the father of Beerus and Champa. Now, why is the father of Beerus and Champa in jail? Well, Beerus' dad doesn't get along with the Pharaoh of this world. He thinks that his divinity is fake. He doesn't think that he's a real god. And so, because he has this insider information on what a real god is, the Pharaoh got worried and threw him in prison. He didn't want Beerus' dad to speak out against him. And the reason Timer is in jail after being so heavily respected by the Pharaoh is because after seeing him turn into an Ozaru, no one trusts him anymore. They think that he's got a demon living inside of him, so he gets thrown in jail as well. Now, Beerus' dad is strong enough to break out of this prison, but he says the reason he doesn't is because his wife and 2 sons would be hunted, and they would suffer. He goes on to say that since he has been imprisoned, one of his boys does nothing but sleep, while the other does nothing but eat. I wonder who he's talking about. So the prison they're in is almost like a death sentence. They have to fight other people and the strongest one survives. So Beerus' dad, Brood, sees potential in this Saiyan and decides to train him to become even stronger than he already is. Years go on by and the Saiyan grows up having been trained by Beerus' father. And as he becomes an adult, it is heavily implied that Timer is now stronger than Brood. The reason that's important is because, like I said before, these guys aren't just in a prison, they are in a gladiator's prison where they have to fight each other to survive, and one day the Pharaoh decides to make Timer fight against his master Brood to the death. Initially, Brood doesn't want to. He says he will not hurt the boy. But the Pharaoh doesn't care. He says that if you don't fight, I will kill your wife, I will kill the Saiyan's mother. He says that Beerus is about to be an orphan if you don't fight to the death with Timer. So they have no choice. Timer is forced to fight Beerus' father to the death, and that is where chapter 3 ends, heavily implying that Timer is going to kill Beerus' dad, and down the line, even meet Beerus himself. This is a lot more than just a story about Beerus' dad. It looks like it will go on to show how Beerus became the god of destruction, and how Timer will go on to be one of the first people who know about Super Saiyan God. This is a whole part of Dragon Ball that needs a lore more than anything, and this story does a really good job. I purposely left out a lot of the finer details, so if you like this story, make sure you follow the creator on Twitter, link down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next Dragon Ball video.